I'm Zoe. I gotta take this light down a notch. And this is Divinity Within Thee, where we take time to get in touch with the divine. Ooh, okay, yeah. It's like a little too sensitive if we want to get into our Scorpio mode. That's like really knowing what we do and don't like and not being afraid to figure out what those things are, and then when we do figure them out, to be able to express them or share them. Also, just to be able to find the right people, places, things like this, to be able to do that. Right? We have so many things going on in Scorpio right now. Not just the new moon, and generally new moons are all about manifesting, but this is a different type of new moon because it's in because all this scorpionic energy. So it's not about what we're manifesting this time. It's not about what we're calling in exterior to ourselves, okay? It's about what is, it's like, okay, so all this energy in Scorpio is about going to the depths, right? It's about calling yourself out on all the bullshit that you've been letting ride for so long, right? All the parts of yourself that you've been letting other people betray you, that you've been betraying yourself, that you've been lying to yourself or other people, that you've been maybe wearing a fake mask. Maybe you're saying like you do this, but actually it's not what you do. Like what you want to do is something else, right? I mean, you can do more than one thing. That's not the point. What I'm saying is, the point is it's like radical truths, right? Radical truths about self, about things that we've been like, wait a second, like who chose this for me? Whose belief system, what old program has been running that I need to actually like control, alt, delete, like, and that's what this scorpionic energy is about. Yeah, and that was so interesting. 222. That's what it's about, right? It's like this transformation. It's about going into the depths and burning everything down. If that means bridges, if it means old versions of self, if it means old versions of if it means people that maintain these old versions of yourself that you don't like. Hello, whatever that means. Hello, whatever that means for you, you have to just be okay with that, So for this new moon, it's not about, with all this scorpionic energy, it's not about manifesting. It's about understanding the new version of yourself, right? And it's from freeing something, right? From coming to truth with something. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Nice to meet you. Thank you. So the deal is I'm talking right now. I'm kind of channeling you guys, so stay with me. Look at that, 333. The new moon, this Scorpio moon, is not about, most new moons are about manifestation. This is not about manifestation. This is about the new version of yourself that you're becoming, the new boundaries that you're creating, the renewed version or next level version of yourself. Hello. Hello. Thank you. Hello. Thank you. Hi. Hello. You guys from China, Japan? Where are you guys from? Where are you from? You're from Liverpool. A natural born Liverpooler, Hello. So with the new moon, what's really, you're from Australia, hey mate. I'm out here in Bali, so we're neighbors kind of. Korea, hello Korea. We got Green Tara. We got Supreme Protection. Okay, so guys, there's a lot of energy that's coming through. So Scorpio energy is about going to the underworld. So all of the things that you haven't attended to, with all of this water trine, all of this energy, the retrograde in Mercury during Scorpio season, with all of the Scorpio energy, is really about what are you stepping into your actual power, right? Like, are you tapping into your actual gifts or power? Because you're protected to step into that role, into your greatness, into um, your legacy, like the skills, the things that your ancestors have left you, right? Whatever that is. That certain people are naturally capable of different things, right? Like certain things just come supernatural to us. Um, and that's the point, is it's like that's supernatural to you. It's not like strange, it's like extra easy, right? But isn't that interesting how we change word frame, right? Like supernatural, where it's like, oh, this is a weird thing, is just like if you break down the word supernatural, it's like someone that has like heightened abilities at doing something that should be obvious, right? That should come naturally, but it just comes super naturally to them. So whether that means you're tapping into a lot of you guys, especially during this water trine, a lot of you guys may be tapping into higher, like clairsentient, clairaudient, like these different, you guys may be tapping into this. You guys may be having contact from ancestors, from angels, from your oversouls, right? And they may be attempting to give signals or signs. And that's really what this is like this new moon isn't about, I want to manifest all these things. It's what are the core values of myself, right? That I'm birthing new, right? That I'm renewing. And some of you guys, you're going to take some things that you already knew how to do and kind of meld them into, like, I'm seeing a lot of like cross-pollinated like things, right? So like we all do different things, and because we're all very old souls, not all of us are old souls, but the star seeds and stuff like that are older souls, and because of that we have this cool ability to do many things because we've incarnated many times. So when we tap into these specific gifts, we also help the world, the collective conscious, to tap in more of their frequency of creativity, of flow, right? Flow state is not just a state of meditation, it's a state of like movement and it's like meditative movement, right? So to get in this flow state means we're all doing different things, right? For some of us it can be dance, for some of us it can be singing, for some of us it can be art, for some of, you know what I'm saying, for some of us it can be driving, it doesn't matter, like it can be working with plants, it's whatever our flow state is, our channeled state that brings us closest to divinity, right, is where we have the most guidance and protection. And that is the space where things just come more naturally to us. So a lot of what's going on right now is come back at yourself, at your life, at your experience, right, with a new set of eyes. Look instead at what is new, like what can I make new out of what I already do, like how can I refresh something, maybe Kalima. Okay, so this is something, so this moon is really about, the Scorpio is really about going and digging super deep under, right? Digging, going to the underworld, right? Going under with Hades, coming back like Persephone, right? That is this facing fear, this Kali Ma, right? It's this energy of major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar, right? Where we find the light, where the light comes through, where the cracks are, where the darkness is, right? And they're showing me like this, they're showing me like the Japanese like pottery, right? So they're showing like when it's broken, right, they use gold to put it back together because it's so precious, and it becomes more precious, more valuable, right? And so where we have these fears or this sadness or this thing that's blocking us, that we're like, we're afraid we can't say what we need to say or express ourselves, our artistic abilities, or our whatever offering we have, because it's different, because it's not something that maybe people think is normal. But this is where the Kali Ma energy is coming in and saying this is where we have to face the fear, right? Because behind that fear, behind that one thing is where the light is coming through, right? Where the crack was is where they're repairing it with gold. So this is also where a lot of the energy from the ancestors and the ancient and things like this are coming through in our wounds and our cracks. So if this is this energy, this Scorpio and new moon energy, is it's like, what things have you emotionally been ignoring? And that's like, are you telling everybody and yourself like, I'm fine, but you're not? Are you telling yourself and everybody you're fucking angry? Are you playing a role that isn't actually your authentic self? Because if you are, like, this is gonna rip your asshole straight out, you know? Like, I realize I have so much scorpionic energy, so it feels nice for me, but it doesn't feel nice for a lot of other people. But what it's forcing us to do is basically say, this is the truth. And sometimes you guys might be in places, hanging out with people, and your truth might just start blurting out. And you may not be ready, you may be like, what? And that's what's gonna happen, okay? That's what's gonna happen from now until the end of November. So it's better if you just like, it's gonna come out in weird ways if you don't just express it how it should. Okay, guys? So let's do a little tune in here. And I want you to just breathe in through your nose and slowly out through your mouth at your own pace. And when you hear a higher note like that, you can either think of something that you need to bring up with yourself or with somebody else, some type of truth, and you can figure out how you're going to take a new approach, a new set of eyes. But you are going to have to face it, whatever it is. So what was coming up for you guys? Do you see? Hello, hey mate, hello everybody. I'm Zoe, this is Divinity Within Thee, you guys. We take time to get in touch with the divine. How you guys feeling? What did you guys experience? Okay, what did you see? Did you feel any colors? Did some things come up for you? Okay. I am sensing a little bit of fears, but that the frequency was kind of nice, kind of creating this relaxing state, right? This more prayerful state. And that's how we do it, right? Is just to kind of like calm ourselves. That way we're not bringing intense energy. we can bring our questions and our intent and our energy and our things into this container. No worries. Hello, everybody. But we don't want to bring too much intensity, and that's why I like to do the sound bowls. It's great. It's great when it really helps if you get in any type of anxiety or anything like that, like quick frequency sound check. So we have hope, love and acceptance. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. Choose loving thoughts. So I was seeing and feeling these colors actually. They're kind of like a sunset or sunrise rather, where it's like this golden, right, and this like apricot. So what's happening is many of you guys didn't feel like you were safe or like you were worthy, and you need to forgive yourselves, okay? I keep seeing Master Jesus pop through. You need to forgive yourself. You need to practice this forgiveness, right? That is how you level up. That is how we kind of activate. That's how we hit this light activation. And I think it's good, especially to work on with this new moon energy. We have Sanat Kumara, okay, light activation. Shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. So what I was talking about before we started the sound bowls, right, is like how come on, new brain. Patience with me, guys. Come on, brain. Okay. It was important. Okay. Oh. Okay, well, we'll move on from that. So sometimes I have traumatic brain injury. Sometimes it's really hard for me to remember things, so I just move on. I don't like work myself up about it. That's why I like to channel, because it comes much easier to me. And it helps me. I used to be like Dory Fish from Finding Nemo, like just so I like to converse with you guys and you guys converse back, because what happens is it really helps psychotherapy, right? Not just for me, for you guys too. Odin, psychic insight. Your third eye is open. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. So for many of you guys, you already know, okay? The way that Scorpio is about, it's about this truth, right? Like Scorpio doesn't stand up for anything. They don't stand out about anything. They don't fight for anything. They you know, unless like they back it up 100%. So it's like, it's about going in and seeing where you're you know, to tap in with your guides. Like, where are you ignoring? Where are you ignoring your gifts? For many of you guys, you may have psychic gifts, okay? And as we have more light activation, you can really tap into this, right? Like, there is this ability to tap all these extra DNA strands, all of this, you guys, there is this ability to tap these higher level abilities, right? I tell people all the time, like, I just have more practice speaking to spirits and dead people and stuff. I've been doing it my whole life. But look at, forgive yourself for something that you did before. For people to actually learn to read cards or to channel or to start working with telepathy and other things like this, like everybody has the capacity, right? Okay, so Master Jesus keeps coming out. So forgiveness, you're on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father healing is possible at this time. For some of you guys, you may have the father wound keeps coming up very strongly. And, you know, you have to forgive yourself, okay? You have to forgive yourself. So if you had a good relationship with your father and he passed and that was really hard on you, like, I'm sending you all the love. If you have a father wound where you didn't have a father, or maybe your father was not good or abusive, you know, I'm sending you my love so much. Right? Like, I had both, right? So it was kind of crazy for me. But you have to forgive yourself. Also, forgiveness. So sometimes it's important that we forgive our parents or whatever, right? Because maybe they were in they didn't have the same toolbox, right? They didn't have the ability to say, okay, like, I forgive you, but I'm not going to forget, right? Like, I'm not trying to deal with everybody all the time like that. You understand? But I forgive you for whatever choices you choose, you know. I forgive you for the loss that you're going to experience by not treating me like a human, but I don't need to forget what you did. I don't need to hold it and keep it stored in my body. Like, forgiveness is not just about these other people, it's about yourself. And sometimes we have to say, okay, maybe our parents were super fucking traumatized and that's why they did this weird stuff to us, right? That's, you know, and you have to say, I forgive them. Maybe they did the best with what they thought. Maybe they did the best with the people and the friends and the circumstances and the play. Like, maybe they did, or maybe they didn't, right? But I forgive you, like, bless and forgive people and say, okay, whatever. Like, but if they have karma that they have to meet, like, don't let them bring that back on you. And I'm feeling that a lot of that is happening, okay? And what you need to know is, for many of you guys that do feel this with your parents, right? Like this separation where they can't really understand or whatever, you know, that is part of it is their karma, right? Like I said this to my mother many times, you know, and she's like, this and that, I'm like, well, then that's your fucking karma. Your choices, your karma, your family, your whatever. Like, that's not, you treated me like I didn't fucking exist because I was linked to something that you still fucking 40 years later haven't healed the trauma from. That's not my fucking problem. I mean, it's been my problem my whole life that I had to learn and heal and deal with, for sure. But that's our choice, right? Like, we have to be, regardless of what happened to us or where we come from, we have to be accountable as adults, right? It's our responsibility because we have more information. We know more. We know how things are working now. We have so many available outlets on how to do the work and to heal and to learn. Yeah, Melchizedek, right? Higher learning. And to really tap into this higher level of learning, right? You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. So yeah, so take what happened to you, take what your experience was, take where you grew up, and figure out what else it taught you, right? How, like, so I say all the time, like, I'm so grateful, like, actually, like, not all the time, but yeah, I'm grateful that she didn't baby me. I'm grateful that she was really hard on me because I'm a really functional person, right? Like, I see my brothers and I see that, like, and they're not, right? Like, maybe, like, but I see that. And so I just say, thank you, right? Gratitude. And the more we have gratitude and we understand that we chose certain families and certain locations and certain times to enter so we could have a certain experience and do this, then, like, that's okay. That's what it is, right? So be grateful. First, forgive yourself, okay? Forgive yourself for acting or responding or being a product of your environment, right? Because sometimes hurt people, or they continue patterns or cycles. And until we do the work and we heal, sometimes that gets projected out. So that's why it's our job, right, as adults, to do the work. It's not anybody else's job to do the emotional labor for us. And I think that's where people, like, get messed up all the time, you know, because it's not. It like, you can't expect other people to do the emotional labor for you, you know, like, that's like a psychologist, you know? So you can expect miracles. You can expect that when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and when that means sometimes that we cut out people, places, things, habits, whatever, patterns, and we're like in this divine state, right? Then we can expect miracles from Holy Spirit. Remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back, okay? And this is, again, with all this blue energy that's up here, it's about being connected to a higher space, divine wisdom, right? So, most important thing about this new moon is what new thing, and it doesn't have to be completely new, just more new to you, right? Like, so maybe, for instance, maybe you went back to eating a different way that you used to eat, or a different type of workout, or maybe you tried some different type of clothing, whatever, right? like a new routine. You're like, this is the new me, right? This is the chance. This is what this energy is right now for you to say, this is the new version of me. Like, no faking though, right? Scorpio demands ultimate truth, transparency, authenticity. There is no other way, okay? So if you've ever considered dating a Scorpio, do not ever lie. If you've ever dated a Scorpio, you know that lying is the fucking, like, that'll get you cut like so quick. Sometimes physically, spiritually, it could be a lot of different ways, but that's the absolute quick no-go, okay, for the Scorpios. Don't lie and don't be deceptive. They like, let them know that the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you. They are basically like the zodiac judges, the jurisdiction, which is interesting because you would think Libra is like that, but Libra is more about, we're going to make everything balanced and equitable. Scorpio is like, nah, we're the judge and the jury right now. Thank you for presenting the evidence, Libra, for both sides. But now we got to make a ruling. So, and when they make a ruling, because they're a fixed sign, that's it. There's no like, okay, like, come back later. Like, no. So if any of you guys have any water signs in prominent placements in your chart, you're feeling this, okay? For some of you guys, you can be riding the wave like, this is the dopest wave I've ever ridden, you know, like, that's how I feel right now. Like, I'm like, I have no idea what could happen every day, but like, I'm stoked somehow. Okay, I'm just catching my rest, being happy, taking care of myself. Now is the most important time also to take care of self, right? How are you lying to yourself? How are you letting other people use or manipulate you? Like, how are you being too nice or the people pleaser? Where are you not fucking calling people out on their shit, right? You know what Scorpios love to do? We love to keep it real. We love to creep it real. Like, sometimes we get a little creepy with it, like calling people out on their shit. And not everybody likes that, but it's necessary sometimes, right? Like, it's like Scorpio energy is like, you know, the thing that everybody like the elephant in the room that everybody's like, oh, dude, who's going to tell him? Like, I'm not going to tell him. Like, don't tell them. Like, I'm not, you know, like, Scorpio is like the first person that's like, oh, I'll fucking tell him. Like, but they don't even have to be asked to tell them. They like see them immediately and they're like, huh, what the fuck? Like, who didn't tell this person, like, they got dookie on their shoe or whatever, you know, like, who didn't tell them? Like, a Scorpio will like bolt like directly over and be like, bro, you stink like Duke, you know, like, what's going on? Like, are you good? Do you need some help? Like, you know, like, they won't do it because nobody else will do it. Like, that's just in their nature to be like, notice some shit, to be very perceptive, okay? They're kind of like the detectives, 100%. They're like the Sherlock Holmes of the zodiac. So know that anything that you've been hiding from yourself or pretending, like, is okay, and that means boundaries, that means people, that means behaviors, that means dietary, that means everything that you've been letting slide that you really don't feel like, oh, I don't like this. Like, Scorpio is like, bitch, better have my money. Pay me what you owe me. You know what I like? No more, like, I waited. You had all your chances are gone. Like, now. Right meow. It's meow or meower, right? And that's kind of the energy. So today I'm actually wearing the kabaya, the traditional Balinese dress, okay, with my lovely golden peacock skirt at the bottom. Let me try to go back, because it's a new moon. I go down to the temple. Okay, and it's Galungnong, and so they wait. Okay, they run on a Pawan calendar, which is 210-day cycles, right? So every 210 days, the calendar cycle renews. Why? So basically it's like every half year, and they do the ceremonies, and it's basically, I was talking about this in the other video, but it's basically like Dia de las Muertes. for the Balinese, okay? So they're like a special type of Hindu. And yeah, so it's like Dia de las Muertes. So today is like the day where all the ancestors and the family members and everything come down, and they're making all these feasts and stuff like this. And so they stay here for 10 days before they go back into the spiritual realms. So yeah. But this one, I wore this one because it's got all this gold. All the gold little glass beads to match the gold peacock. But the thing is this is really, really hot. So I think I might. This is synthetic. I really want to work on that. I do have other ones that are cotton, but they weren't as pretty, you guys. So let's figure out what tarot needs to come through for the new moon. What messages? So now they're doing the Golem Gong. You may hear like the banging in the background. The temple is back there. And so, yeah. So anyways, I would love to go out and do all this stuff. But at the same time, I respect, because I work with speaking, obviously with speaking with spirits and the dead and all of this. I stay and hold space and charge and really take care of myself. Today I went to get all these groceries, like a lot of alive things, a lot of green things. Just to kind of like, you know, just to kind of keep super cleanse and flushing with all of this energy, right? Because if you're like a psychic medium, this can be heavy energy. You know, like people don't really understand that it can be a lot to actually channel these energies consistently. Especially with people. So I was trying to explain to somebody the other day about this, or last week about this, where it's like certain people, so the way that they were showing it to me is like, what do you call it? Kind of like that, like a game show, right? Like the Wheel of Fortune or something, right? Where, sorry, I just really have to take this off for now. Synthetic, and I can't, like under these lights, it's too much for me. So they show me like the game show, the Wheel of Fortune, right? And like where it's like do 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 do. And so the way that the Wheel of Fortune works is, I don't know where everybody is from, but I lived in LA for a long time, and the way that it works is like people get to go and they can wait in line, or they can sometimes they can like make reservations or whatever to get on the show, right? And so the way that it works is they have like their little groups or their little friends, you know, that they maybe there's like 3 of them, or maybe there's like 10 of them or whatever. And they have these little groups, and they're trying to get, they have their little signs or whatever, and they're trying to get on the show, right? Because they want to get this chance to spend, to get this fortune, to win something. And so that's basically, so it's kind of a similar thing when people that have already passed on trying to get messages through. It's kind of like that energy. And so basically the way it works is it's like, you know, they maybe put out, so maybe they put out some synchronicity, some sign or signal to you. You know, maybe you got drawn here or to other tarot readings because something in the name, or it just started playing or whatever, right? So let's say they put out a sign or a signal to somebody in their family, or where they have to get a message to. And they think that you're going to pick up on that message, right? So they're just like, come on down, like, come on down. Like now they get a chance to spin and to try to kind of deliver another message. Now, if you're receptive to it, then it's like they get to spin again, right? So it's like then they get to send another message or ask again. If you're not receptive and you're just like, oh no, that's weird, like I don't fucking believe in ghosts or whatever, then it's just like, oh, they don't believe, you know, like every time you say that, a fairy loses its wings or whatever, right? Like this bullshit. I mean, I don't know if it's bullshit, but it's basically like this type of story. So if you feel it, if you connect to it, if they're able to get through, then they can spin again and get another question in. And so that's kind of like what they were showing to me. So some people get to be guardians, right? Get to stay with you more often, and some basically get a limited amount of time to come in and sit with you to maybe help you through things, to teach you, to learn, to guide you to a skill or a trade, something like this. So I thought it was really interesting because some people's family, like sometimes when I'm channeling, like it will be a very short time because there's so much other energy that's moving through, that the person, if you don't respond, if you ask a question and then I'm channeling and you're not responding to it, then basically like they get sent off, and whoever else is a stronger energy waiting to make the contact is the one who's going to get it, is kind of the energy of these collective readings. Okay, so round and round, the energy of 25. Okay, so for some things you may have been going round and round and round again and again and again. For some of you guys, the never-ending story. Okay, or orphaned. I'm sorry, why did I think this was a never-ending story? 5. Okay, for some of you guys, you may be feeling alone, or you may have been feeling orphaned. For some of you guys, you may have been orphaned. You may have been split from your family. Okay, this came up before. Or taken or swapped or stolen, something like this. Or abandoned, some shit like this. And this is going to change for you, okay? Where this was a constant thing, where you never felt, maybe you never felt like you had a real family, right? You just moved around from spot to spot, right? Because nothing ever really felt like, and it's not saying that you don't have blood family, it's just like nothing ever really resonated. It didn't feel like home, right? It's like deep down inside, you know, you knew something was off. It's like really connecting to your intuition. You're like, I don't belong in this place, I don't belong with these people, or whatever it is, right? And you kept reliving this experience like over and over again. And for some of you, that could have been like an old ancestral wound. It can also be something that happened to you in this lifetime. Yeah, you could have been subject to a new life that was not supposed to happen, okay? New life in reverse. And you always kind of knew somehow. But you didn't know. They were keeping it a secret. They've been keeping it a secret. You may have had also like a lot of more talents or skills before, maybe when they got you as a kid or an orphan, something like this. There could have been a lot of payout, okay? And if not, you may actually come from a very wealthy family or something like this, to where you're going to get all of that back and more, okay? A higher power is at play, coming to kind of like clean everything up, to kind of solve the case, okay? No more of this going round and round and round and round, okay? Somebody is going to speak up about something that knows something. And what's going to happen is, as this truth serum is coming through in this, during the scorpionic energy, is like the ancestors and everything, while we're in this retrograde, they might start coming through, okay? They might start coming through and messing with different finances, coming through and speaking, okay? If you don't speak the truth, they will come through you while you're speaking to somebody that you don't want to tell a certain truth to, and it's going to come out, you know, like your boss or your girlfriend, you know, like, and they're going to speak right through you, and it's going to come out like, and it may not be so good, okay? Like, this is the energy, what they're showing me right now. So let's get some good tarot. So not a good moon for manifesting, okay? Good for looking at all of the work that you've been doing on yourself, okay? The 8 of Pentacles. And really saying, okay, where deserves more time and attention, right? Where do I feel like a new path or whatever, you know, like where do I feel, you know, and it could be in this new direction. It could be a different direction than you thought. But you need to really tap into that energy, okay? And And you don't need to like overthink like, oh, well, this gets this much money and well, this would make these people happy. No, 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 no. In your soul, right? Scorpio is about, yeah, like this king of fire energy. It's about this burning inner passion that you're like, I can't, like, I have to do this. It's non-optional, right? I can't, like, I'm, it's like something that you would defend to the ends of the earth, something or someone that you would defend to the ends of the earth. For some of you guys, this can be an emotional connection, okay? The 10 of water, the happy Buddha, okay? For some of you guys, it can be an emotional connection where you said you walked away from it or you thought you walked away from it, but someone may be coming back to express their love after this other person was blocking them. Look at this Queen of Fire in the reverse, okay? So after this other person, this fucking third part, this Jezebel energy was blocking them. Okay, they were physically like, for some of you guys, I'm getting that they were actually physically like harming them or blocking their path. Like did something to block their path, like barricaded a door or fucking like cut down a tree that blocked a road, like they did something intense, okay? That's what I'm seeing. And this karmic, maybe because they said they're walking, they said that the divine feminine is actually their happiness. This karmic, like I don't want to do this read every time, you guys. What's the story here? But it comes out, doesn't matter what deck we use. So it ends up coming out partway through. So what is this story? Okay. They basically told somebody that you're their happiness. You're their wish fulfillment, and they're walking away. Okay. They're not walking away. They're walking away from one person, but this is returning back. Okay. Returning back to the thing that makes them happy, but this is also walking away. Like, so, and this is literally this Queen of Wands in reverse. So someone using their pussy or sex or whatever, sex magic or control, blocking the Chariot, right? Chariot in reverse with the Two of Wands. This is a path, their pathway. So literally, this person is psychotically, they could have burned something, lit something on fire. They could have done something as far as their light goes, something like this. Okay, they are, they're working with black magic. So you guys, they are trying to dim your light. Don't allow that to happen. Okay, do not allow it to happen. Whatever you got to do to get away from these bad situations, guys, you got to do it. You got to get out of it, you know? You got to get out of it. Like, even if you feel like you have to run to somebody else so you don't know how it's going to be, like, you got to at least try that. You got to at least, like, make one move. Try to make one move and see how it goes, where you go, what happens, right? You got to do something, guys. Dear universe, source, creator, spirit guides, angels, ancestors, archangels, aliens, galactic federation of light, oversouls, ascended masters, all of those who are here to protect us, who are here to bring us clarity, guidance, truth, good energy of love and light and highest vibrational frequency. We thank thee for your presence and for your protection. I do this all the time at my house and on this space. I already did a reading earlier, but when I see these constant energies that keep coming back doing the same shit, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. But it's okay. We got supreme protection. Okay? Don't let them create this fear. Okay? Kali Ma. Don't let them create this fear. Keep this hope. Okay? Keeping this hope, this light, this faith, right, is what brings the light activation. Okay? This Odin, this psychic insight, right? It's what allows us to tap more fully into ourselves. Okay, so let me see. Let me see what's going on with this story here, guys. What is this story here with the happy Buddha and the 8? The 10 of air. Okay, yeah. So, you know what's really fucked up is actually this person that may come back to confess their love or to say that you're their happiness, their wish fulfillment. They probably talk a lot of shit on you. Okay? The 10 of swords. For some, I'm getting a couple stories. They're walking away because they caught a bunch of other people talking shit or doing things against you. Okay, for some of you guys, they're coming in after that. Okay, they're really disappointed because some of these people they thought were really their friends, and now they realize that they've just been creating prevention, like creating distractions along the way. For many of you guys, this person has been defiling your name, has been just talking shit on you with everybody coming and going, every group coming and going, and is now in this weird space where they realize, fuck, they miss you, they want you, right? But they left you, and now they're going to try to come back. They may just come back to tell you all these people doing all these fucked up things to you, okay? Because they love you. I mean, it looks like they're going to come back and try to confess their love to you, but the reason why is because it's like they want to tell you, 9 of fire. Yeah, the wounded warrior, okay? They want to tell you what everybody is like planning to do against you. I would highly suggest that, okay? Because guys, if you come in and fucking cry about everything bad that's been happening to you, to feminine, she probably gonna knock you the fuck out too. Hold on one second. Yeah, like don't do that. Don't come in and cry to them about what you did. Someone tried to do that shit yesterday and I was like, no, bro, like shut up. If you come in and express to her what all these other people did, like as if you're her hero telling her these truths, maybe, okay, but definitely don't come back in as the wounded healer, okay? Tell her a story that's going to help her rise and shine, okay? Because there's a lot of betrayal, okay? More information on this 9 of fire, please. More information. Okay, for many of you guys, you can have this King of Earth energy, okay? You can have somebody that is in this wounded warrior mode, okay? They may have been getting the crap kicked out of them, emotionally, whatever, like this, okay? They want to potentially come in. They will do whatever it takes, okay? They don't mind they're not playing the victim, right? Do you see this? Normally the 9 of Wands is kind of like a wounded warrior playing the victim. See how this deck is specifically not? She's not. She's got these stars. She's like, I got a lot of things. I know that and the stars are representatory of our hope, of our dreams, of our wishes, okay? So for some, the truth is about coming out and saying, this is my wish, this is my dream, right? My wish and my dream is to have this stability in love, in home, right? Right? That's why I'm on here, like, I express that, like, do I want it to be by myself? No, I want to have that security and that hopes and that dreams, share that stuff with others, right? Not others, like with this lover, right? Of course. Do you know what you want? Are you being honest about that? Because I think a lot of people aren't being honest about that, right? Like, I don't want to be by myself, but I can be. Like, people don't get with people by chance sometimes, but generally it's by choice, right? Give me 1 second, my cat. Muse, come on. I went out there, but you weren't there. And then I thought there was just noises and you weren't there. Okay. So anyways, so the stability through, so maybe some of you guys, like what's been happening is somebody's been doing extra work, right? They've been really going deep and doing this extra work because they want to be victorious and showing up. Yeah, someone has been doing the work. They're going to show up as this Queen of Cups. They're going to show up healed, victorious, stable. You know, they may be a little bit wounded or a little bit tired, you know. They may need some nurturing, okay? But they're ready, okay? For some of you guys, somebody is really ready to come in and have this emotional intelligence and share how they feel. Share what you are to them, okay? The Empress, okay? They see you as this. They know that you've known, but they had to conquer some of these things on their own, okay? Strong earth sign, strong fire sign, strong water sign, okay? The Magician. Yeah, so for some of them, okay. So for some of them, they could have been, so masculine could have been a warlock. Could be a warlock, okay? There's witches and warlocks and wizards, okay? There's different types of people, okay? When I see this magician in reverse, with the strength in reverse, I see someone was trying to maybe do some type of bad magic spells, right? That's what I see here. And they didn't work out so well, okay? For some of them, they could have tried to weaken you, feminine, so you would need to turn to them as strength so they could feel that, For others, what you have done is you've made them kind of step away from this turning to the magic or the control. Like for some of them, they could have tried to do some type of love spell. They could have tried to do something, right? Like where they're keeping you doing what they want. And that didn't work, okay? They maybe were trying to make the feeling stronger, okay? So they didn't have to do all of the approach. But for some of you guys, what could have happened is they also thought that because there was a love spell or because there was something else, that when the spell was broke, that they wouldn't still feel these strong feelings, that it was just part of a spell and it was all this other shit. Well, what they're realizing is that they feel it stronger. They've broken the spells, they've done all of the cleansing, they've done all the clearing, they've grounded themselves, and you know, for some of you guys, if you guys are still dealing with this third party, okay, this is where you're having the problem, okay? And this is coming from your own personal strength. For some of you guys, I have a very strong feeling that the masculine energy was being very weak, okay? Justice, patience, okay? 8 of Fire in reverse. Queen of Earth again in reverse. She was trying to come out before this. Okay, so for somebody, they tried to fuck up. They made the executive action to fuck up somebody's justice, somebody's stability, okay? Somebody actually tried to tattletale and fuck up your stability, fuck up feminine stability or collective stability. And now what's happening, okay, is that's coming back. Okay, that person, they're losing their patience, they're losing their grounding, they're losing their stability, right? Based on decisions that they made, right? And where before they might have been able to call somebody, they may have had like somebody on the inside before, something like that, that could sort it all out. This could have been a legal person. This could have been some type of a lawyer or a judge, something like this. I'm sensing lawyer energy, but they're not getting the message or the response that they want, okay? 8 of Wands in reverse, Queen of Earth in reverse, okay? They're not receiving the message that they want, and they're not getting the stability that they want, okay? Can you give me more clarification on this Magician and Strength in reverse? 2 of Water. Yeah, so what this person realizes is actually there is this different type of love, and it's not coming from any type of spell. And where all these people thought that it was spell work, it's not actually spell work. For some, there is people that did try to put spell work that is now backfiring on them. And so they're now becoming obsessed. But what's going on with them is they're going to get, again, can be a fire sign, somebody that is very in their low frequency, in their root chakra, having a lot of sex, okay? But they've been being, so the thing that what's going on here is, yeah, transformation in reverse, okay? So Scorpio in reverse, so this is the Death in reverse, okay? For many of you guys, they could have tried to put you away. They could have tried to put you, they could have tried to turn you over to some type of authority, right? To some type of federal authority or the police or something that was something like this, right? And what happened is actually because somebody put like a somebody like they called to put you on like a federal watch list, or maybe somebody put it because maybe you said that someone was going to kill themselves or something like this, right? Right? That's how it happened. That's how it happened, because homeboy was trying to do that to try to squeeze people, well, all this bullshit, right? But the thing is, it doesn't realize, like, an American citizen, like, that's not really a joke, right? So now embassy and everybody else is involved. So what I'm seeing here, right, with this Justice and the Patience, right, with this Justice, Libra, and Temperance, Sagittarius, what I'm seeing here is they were trying to unalive, okay? They may have already followed through. It may have been something that they have been doing for a minute, okay? There is this couple energy, okay? Yeah, temptation. Temptation, the devil, okay? Capricorn. Trying to unalive this Scorpio or this scorpionic energy. But the transformation, what's happening is they were trying to steal somebody else's transformation, okay? Collective transformation. And that's not going to happen, because what's going to happen is if they were trying to unalive people, yeah, look at 9 of Swords. If they were trying to send psychosis, all this stuff, if they were trying to put them in a mental institution, all of this stuff, it's coming back. And the messages are like where they thought, they may have paid a lot of money too, to a lawyer, okay? All this paperwork, all these messages, all these, like, they have no ground to stand on. They have all the receipt. They have all of, so basically, like, 9 of Air in reverse, okay, this action. So somebody may have been trying to delete or get rid of things. Yeah, 5 of Air. And they're trying to defend themselves, and they may have just fucking lied, because I think that they have access. They were able to re-access, yeah, 7 of Earths. Something, so if you are deleting, burning paperwork, burning evidence, deleting messages, something like this, emails, whatever it was, because the case is so high up, they can re-access it. And somebody has really said some stuff that's not just going to break Collective's heart, okay? It's going to break their heart and a lot of other people's hearts, okay? They're causing a whole fucking downfall, yeah, on a whole fucking legacy, on a whole fucking group. Hangman, 10 of Coins. Okay, they may have been stealing money, conning people for a very long time. For a very long time. So what's going to happen? They're not receiving the message that they want. The Fool in reverse with the Tower. Shit is crumbling for them. That's what happens. What, can I have more cards about this Scorpio, this death and transformation in reverse? Yeah, the world in reverse. Yeah. Okay. For some of you guys, you're going to be moving to another place, maybe to another world or another planet. For many of you guys, they were trying to end this world and end your life. They were trying to take you out of this world. Okay. And that, we don't take that lightly. Yeah. That's not even a judgment call. Like that's already in the wrong. Yeah. Don't do that, you guys. Don't do it. So this is what this Scorpio energy, this new moon energy is really about. You have to be honest. So if you talk some shit on somebody, fucking leave them a message, write them a message, say it to their face. If you're lying to yourself, if you're having a relationship with somebody that you don't love, tell them. If you're lying to yourself saying you love a job or a thing that you don't, be honest, okay? Fess up about it. Figure it out, yeah. But stop letting the devil play, okay? Because it's fucking up your fortune, your future. It's what's just putting you round and round and round and round and round. And I don't know who all these people are, but super strange. Messengers. Okay, someone came to bring me a letter or package or some flowers. 6 of fire. Someone came to try to get victory. Hold on 1 second, guys. I don't know why. I don't know why people are out here, but they're out here. Give me 1 second, man. I don't know why people like to park at the end of my street. Super creeps me out sometimes. Like in the daytime it makes sense because I have a tree and it's like hot and they're parking in the shade, but in the nighttime it doesn't really make sense. But I guess I don't really have any lights on, so for all I know they're just parking at the end of the road. Messenger of water. Okay, someone is going to make an offering of love, I guess. Tell us about this orphan. 6 of earth, yeah. So where it wasn't fair before, okay, where maybe people didn't give you the time of day or the attention or anything, you know, you may have felt like an orphan. You may have just felt like a burden constantly, you know. That's going to change, okay? You're basically going to receive the reciprocity from that, okay? You might have, again, you guys, you might have this divine masculine coming in and saying, listen, they're going to give you everything. What is this deep knowing? The star. For many of you guys, you know what this wish is. And you're like, listen, I know. Okay? I'm going to shoot for the star. I'm going to shoot for the stars, you know, like, or the moon, you know. The worst that can happen is I hit a star along the way, right? Like something like this. New life, yeah, 10 of water. This is going to be a totally emotionally sound and safe connection. This is somebody that has emotional intelligence, that's going to give you this love, this security, this presence like you've never experienced it before. You're never going to feel alone. You're never going to feel abandoned. You're never going to feel orphaned. You're never going to have to wonder what this person is doing because they're always going to be about you. What is this round and around? Patience, okay? They know that it's taken a long time, okay? This is also temperance energy. So it could have been about this other fire sign that had to be removed also. Yeah. Then the King of Fire in reverse. Yeah, temptation, the devil. Okay. So yeah, for many of you guys, like it's just something that you maybe there was too much of a passion for. Like it could have been an addiction, right? It could have been a third party. Like third party doesn't always have to mean a physical person. It can mean an addiction, a behavior, a habit. It can be work. It can be having a best friend, like always giving your time or your energy to your mother or your best friend or whatever, right? It can be many things. This treasure island, okay, they've been working for really hard to create all these wish fulfillments, okay? Ace of Pentacles, they want to offer you this. Again, this is divine union, okay? Again, with this deer energy. The Ace of Pentacles on top of the treasure island. Maybe they can't give you everything what you wanted, but they've been working really hard, okay? And they want to help you to fulfill or make your dreams or your wishes come true. Like, that's what they want to do. That is like their main, yeah, Six of Air. They want to take you somewhere, okay? There was the World card. For many of them, they want to take you on a ship. They want to take you around the world, something like this. You may have several options. Your only problem, again, may just be, where do you want to go? What do you want to like? And then they just sort it. They just book it. They're just like, let's go. What time of year? What do you want to do? Yeah. They want to experience, they've been feeling like they've been going. So this union, okay, it's like there may be all these other options, and no matter where you go, it's like all these people are obsessed, but it's like, dude, like they can't mentally, emotionally, like they can't match you. It's like they don't have the strength. They don't have the emotional intelligence, right? They don't have the magic. Like you don't feel it, right? You don't feel this need to connect or share this cup of love with these people because they're worried about offering this cup of love to this Empress. This is their main act, right? And they know that that means that they have to share something, okay? They have to be honest. They may have to apologize or tell some secrets. And that leaves them in a vulnerable state. But they want you, okay? They may be worried because their family or something like this. Some people may be against it, okay? So the secret may be that they might want to come in and make you their family, okay? And before dealing with all the rest of these people, because they feel like they're going to throw the balance off. Yeah. They feel like they're going to ruin it. They feel, okay, and this is very standard, you guys, okay, Wheel of Fortune with the Emperor in reverse, okay. They could be trying to overthrow the empire. For some of them, they may feel like Divine Feminine is going to overthrow the empire. For some, there is this very strong energy also that collective, because you are so gifted, you may be coming into this higher level of society, of like a secret society or something like that, and they may not like that the prophecy or that the fortune teller says, fortune cookie says that the masculine rule will come to an end, right? That the feminine will be at the top. They don't like that. They've never had that before. This is throwing some people's worlds for a complete loop. And they could be being like, no, we're not going to let you do this. We're not going to give you, you know, you don't get the house or the money or whatever it is, right? They don't want, for many of them, they don't want masculine to make up with feminine. They just, well, for some of them, they just want to figure out what's going to pacify her, what's going to shut her up. But they don't want him to be with her. Yeah. They're blocking him from being with her. Literally, physically, blocking it. So for some of you, that can be part of it, right? Like that could be why it's a secret. He may be trying to keep it a secret. He may want to take you somewhere else, right? So there isn't other people, yeah. So there's not going to be all this drama and stress, this 5 of Cups, these people being over dramatic. Okay, and it can be something that he's dealing with also. Like, he may just be trying to, like, get rid of this karmic or some other thing, some other addiction. But I'm really feeling like people specifically, okay? And family, somebody close, somebody, family, or somebody you work with or something like this is the problem, is part of the karmic problem. Yeah, they're throwing everything off balance and just fucking, like, keeping this mental restriction, yeah. Keeping masculine from being able to make a choice without destroying shit. They could be literally destroying shit, fighting them, hurting them, physically aggressing them, or just like destroying stuff. Again, for some of you guys, they could have caught some stuff on fire. They could have burned or broken down some stuff. For some of them, they have been siphoning money or inheritance. They've been like cleaning the masculine out. Yeah, 5 of fire. And because they knew that he was going to walk away, and they said, fuck you. But he was too patient. He was too patient and too trusting. He gave them too much. And now they're fucking taking it. Because maybe they demanded something. For some of you, now take what resonates, leave what doesn't. For some of you guys, they can be demanding or trying to extort money, more money or whatever, to not share something, or I don't really know. Yeah. And so the masculine can be worried about this. They can be worried because this can fuck up their wish fulfillments, right? It can end their life, their situation real fucking quick. But that's because it's something that it's a choice that they made that they put off balance. I keep seeing this 2 of Pentacles in reverse. Like, the only imbalance in the system comes from the person that created it, right? So you got to deal with it. However you got to deal with it, you got to deal with it. The 2 of Earth, again, in reverse. Like, I can't make this up. Yeah, there's an imbalance. And the imbalance is that you're not giving the love and the energy where it's supposed to go, and you're giving too much love and energy where it's not supposed to go. Maybe continuing the fight or something like this. I don't know what you're doing, masculine. For some of you guys, you're working on something, or you're learning something like this. Maybe they didn't have that good of emotional intelligence. They had to learn how to talk or to be able to open up to share their feelings more before they can come. Yeah. Before they could come to make the apology to you. They don't want to fuck this up because this is an opportunity. They see you as an opportunity of a lifetime. They see you as this very powerful. They see you maybe even as stronger than them. Your strength and your power and your connectivity may make them feel less than adequate at times, feminine. They're wondering if they can measure up to you. Again, the 2 of Cups. For some of them, they can wonder what you see in them. They don't understand, maybe, because many of them have probably hurt you, okay? And they're not surprised you went down a new path or you took a new path. But when you did that, maybe that really hurt them. Yeah. It hurt them. That's something that they can't heal from. They can't just get over. No matter what they do, no matter how many things, no matter how many decisions or things they try to make, it's just like everything is falling apart. Because they won't admit their love, their feeling for you. Yeah. Page of Fire in reverse. Yeah, they won't share how... They won't express their passion. They won't express their love. 6 of Water. Past, soulmate. Okay, for many of them, they may know, they may have experienced different lifetimes with you. Okay, but they don't know how to maybe express that to you. but they see you and they feel you and they know you. They know that they've known you. They know that they've seen you. Maybe you're a mother or sister or whatever, a different figure in every lifetime. And so that can be intense for them. And maybe it's something that they've been hiding for a long time. And this might be part of divine masculines, like coming out, right? Like not out of the closet. For some of you guys, you may be finally coming out of the closet. You may be transforming, right? You may just let this death of your old self and this birth of your new fucking self, you may be like, you know what? Yeah, I love fucking trannies, or I love sticking it in asses, or whatever your deal is, right? Whatever it is, but, you know, that's what it is, right? Is it something that you've been hiding for a very long time, okay? And it's this light, it's this inner light, and this light from within cannot come out and shine, right? Because you're still holding on to these old ways, these old things. You're not letting, like, what needs to die, die. You're not letting out what needs to be seen, okay? You're not doing that. This is very immature energy. That's a choice. Yeah, the Hierophant. You didn't learn your lesson, right? You have to commit to it. That's what shows. So you're, you know, for some of you guys, they're sitting over there experiencing these heartaches because they didn't make the choice. They're still not making the choice to do the work. For some of them, they are doing the work. They have made the choice. That's what they're doing. That's what they've been doing. For others, they're not doing it. For others, you know, for some, they're doing the work. Okay? For some, they're trying to work with other people instead of doing the work on themselves. Okay? That's a very strong energy too. But this looks very good. For some of you guys, the commitment that you may be waiting for, okay, remember, there may be a false, immature, passionate, not with no longevity, no actual commitment that potentially may come in before this soulmate or this divine connection, okay? Someone that doesn't make action but may pretend. They like to get freaky, okay? But no, keep your protection, okay? Keep your commitment to source. If they are not of high spiritual whatever, right? If they are not secure and safe with their connection to source, don't do it, because otherwise they're sucking, they're energy harvesting, okay? And that's a very real thing, and I want you guys to just be aware of that, right? They suck on the fear, they suck on the sadness, they suck on you crying over your fucking spilt milk or your ex or whatever, you being dumb, you fucking still feeling bad for making your mistakes instead of figuring out how to fix them. Again, the Two of Earth in balance, and again, the Hierophant in reverse with the Eight of Swords upright. You guys are keeping yourself in your own mental construct by choice, okay? So the sooner you're honest with yourself and with others, and maybe if you don't feel like you can be your honest, true, authentic self around certain people, maybe it's time to not be around those people. Cut those fucking people off. I have to go. I don't like this, and I need to check. As always, infinite blessings. Love and light. I appreciate you. You're doing great. Keep going. Remember, we're not manifesting for this new moon. We are bringing our new versions of ourselves forward to the front, okay? We're making new discoveries that maybe we're just resurfacing for us, right? We're renewing our own personal selves. So remember, it's a great time to cut your hair, to do something new and fresh. Maybe not for manifestation. Okay, guys? As always, infinite blessings, love, and light. If you want to support me further, you can go to my Give, Send, Go. Information is in the information box below. Or you can email me if you'd like to schedule a personal or private reading, or you have cool questions or things that you want me to touch base on or ask about. Okay? As always, infinite blessings, love, and light. Ciao for meow. Zoe out.